Thank you for joining us for our coverage of the 2022 Daisy Nationals. Now, if it takes a village to raise a child, it takes that and a lot more to get a shooting team to the Daisy Nationals. In this video, we're going to chat with the Rockin Shots out of Virginia. And not just the shooters, but the whole crew. Shooters, coaches, parents, and grandparents to learn about what this event means to them and what it takes to get here. Hey there guys, it's Rick Utzer here with Airgun Web, and we are at the Daisy Nationals. I've got the Rockin Shots from Virginia, and we have more than just the shooters. We have parents, we have grandparents raise hands, and we got grandparents, parents, and coaches. And we've got a bunch of questions we want to ask them. Now, we have had interviews with individual shooters, coaches, and parents, but we've got the whole crew here because this is what it takes to be successful here at Daisy Nationals. There is a huge commitment involved here. Am I right, guys? Just nod, I'm sure. Huge commitment. So the first question I want to ask, and what we're going to do, because we do have a large crew here, I'm going to ask a question. Anybody that wants to jump in, we've got a mic. We'll put you on a mic, and you guys can answer, okay? So first question is, who's here for the first time? All right, so who would like to tell me what they've thought of their experience here, being here for the first time? Do we have any volunteers? All right, if you don't volunteer, we're gonna do duck, duck, goose, and somebody's gonna get goose. So, you've already been, who's gonna jump up? All right, there you go, come on, get him on the mic here. Stand up when you get the mic so we can see you good, okay? Yeah, and tell us your name.
My name is Jackson Arbgast.
Go ahead and talk to the camera. Yeah. What have you thought from your first time being here? What's it been like for you?
It's very cool, and yeah.
So we got a very cool. Does anybody want to expand on the very cool? We got a young lady here. Bring the mic over here to her. Go ahead. You go ahead and stand up. All right, go ahead.
Wait, this way or this way?
Either way, just point it at you. You'll be fine.
It's cool being here because none of us have ever, at least in my family, we've never been this far west. So it's nice to like travel and just come this far.
Yeah, and hold on, I got more questions for you.
Oh.
That's going to happen, by the way. We're going to have follow-up. So this is your first time shooting here. Mm-hmm. What did you have to do to get here? Why don't you tell folks, because it isn't just show up and shoot. So let them know what you went through to get here.
Yeah, so really we had to shoot at States first, and that was kind of close. We stayed the night there. We shot at States, and it was just as nerve-wracking as here. And then when the packing was a whole nother thing. And then when we finally got on the road, we stopped halfway there at Nashville, stayed with our aunt, and then we got here. But it was a really long ride. And then the traffic. But when we finally got here, it was all worth it.
Yeah. And how did you shoot? Did you shoot good?
I think I shot okay.
Good. All right. Well, let's talk to one of the parents. What parent wants to jump in here? We got one right there. All right. Perfect. Okay. Go ahead. Tell us your name. Which one of these is yours?
My name's Melissa. This one's mine, right here.
All right. How long have you guys been involved in the program in general?
So this is our first year with the program. We've been on the waiting list for our local chapter for over 2 years. I went to high school with this gentleman on the end and saw him posting over the years on Facebook, and I said, my son would love that. And we got on the waiting list right before COVID hit. And so it shut this chapter down for a while. And actually, I thought they'd forgotten about us, and they reached out and they said, hey, we got room on the team. So we started this year.
That's very, very cool. And what have you seen has been like, how can I word it? What's been like the biggest benefit you've seen for your son as being part of the program?
I think it has helped him find some confidence in himself. Some discipline in having to make sure he practice at home outside of our normal practice times.
Cool. And this is actually one of those sports that if you have 15 feet and a shoebox and a basement, something that you can actually set up, you can actually do that. You don't need to have a big field. You don't need to have a bunch of equipment. You need to have the rifle some good BBs and some time and a little bit of space, and you can continue to develop your skill set outside of official practices, which I think is really cool for this particular sport, because you can't do that all the time.
That's true.
It's hard to play football in your living room. I remember trying that as a kid. It did not work out well. But this you could certainly, in a pinch, set up in your garage and do all right. So do we have any coaches that want to jump in here? All right, I heard a reluctant yes.
Well, no, because I know my wife's going to tell me stop and be quiet. You're talking too long, or either this one is going to grab me. So
This is what I have found. When you're passionate about something, you love talking about it.
I love talking.
Okay. Well, what got you started as a coach? What got you interested in this program? Or this probably may not be the only thing you do, but what got you passionate about doing this?
All right, so we have, my wife is in the back row next to my mom. We have a son who wanted to do something with shooting. And so we joined the 4-H chapter, our local one's the Rockin Shots, and it's just gone snowballed since then. That was 2014, same year was the first time we've ever qualified to come out. And since then, it's been, oh my gosh, what can we do to do more, have more fun? The team has grown from about 8 to 10 shooters to, prior to COVID, we had about 45, 50. We have a 2-year plus waiting list just to join. So,
wow. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. And do you guys come to nationals every year, or have you guys like a mainstay here?
We've been to nationals 14. We didn't come 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then obviously 2021, we were not here. But hey, we did qualify for 21 to come out.
Cool.
But other reasons we couldn't come out in 21, so.
Well, 19 was the first time I got the opportunity to come and be part of this. And it changed my perspective personally on not only the BB guns as a sport, but also Daisy's commitment to the sport and Daisy's commitment to the youth shooting programs. As a coach, just how critical to you is it that we continue to instill these shooting sports as early as possible?
It's definitely important. I mean, we want to, through the 4-H, we can't start them until they're technically 4-H 9. But there's other programs that can get forward. But the biggest thing is Daisy put out a 10 lessons book. You don't have to be a part of anything. It's go online, download it, and start your kids as early as preschool. Just tell them, there's so much stuff that they can learn just from that book alone.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because we hadn't talked about that yet, but those resources are not available to an exclusive set. They're just there. So we'll make sure to put those links and everything in the video description. You guys watch, and if you're interested in working with your children, or heck, you want to get your own team or something together, there are resources to help get you started. And there's the 4-H and other programs that also help get you started. So if you're at all interested, just start somewhere. I have a sister-in-law who does a lot of homeschooling stuff, and her whole motto, because you can sort of get analysis paralysis, as some people will say. Just start somewhere, and that can get you started and get you going, and then all of a sudden all these opportunities open up. So who else would like to say something about, I had one more question for you. One more question.
All right.
Before we move on. As a coach, what's been the most rewarding thing that you've experienced while teaching these youngsters and being part of this?
That's actually a trick question.
Okay.
It's not been so rewarding for myself, but it's been rewarding for most of these here. And actually in 19, it was very rewarding for one person. But if you were here last night, you might have seen somebody goofy walking around wearing a dress. Well, that was me. I lost a bet. Yeah, I did lose a couple of them, so I had to wear a dress and fingernails. I have no problem doing that. If it pushes these kids to do the best they can and set personal records, I will.
Yeah.
I'm not going to back out of it. I actually, tonight for closing ceremonies, I have something else planned. But that's rewarding. I'll do it. I don't care. But it pushes them to do their best. I don't make like outrageous goals for them to set. Just realistic. Just bump it up just a little bit. And get them to push that extra little bit.
Sure,
That's my most rewarding part.
Yeah, if you've ever been in the weight room, the thing is just give me one more.
Yeah.
Give me one more, right? I haven't been in the weight room in a while, but I remember.
What's that? Is that
back
where you
in
go
the
and wait
day,
for food?
I do remember. Just give me one more. Give me one more. Okay, so I guess the other question I'm going to have is for anyone that wants to respond is what has it meant to come to nationals? I mean, what is this whole experience? What do you like most about it? What really gets you excited? Maybe looking for next year. What is the top of your list that you've enjoyed in being here? Anybody want to answer that for me? So the question is, what have you liked most about being here, and what has you excited maybe about coming back?
What has me excited about coming back is that I'm hoping to stay on the team and come back next year to shoot, so maybe I can be better.
Okay, all right, that's good. And as far as, I mean, outside of the shooting, who here like really enjoyed the Barter, whatever it is, the Barter barn, is that what it is? All right, so who got like the craziest stuff? Now, see, we got a volunteer. Give her the mic. What'd you get?
So I got a giant snake tail,
Okay.
or snake skin, and a turtle shell.
Okay, well, who else got something crazy? Go ahead. Stand up. Tell everybody that at the camera.
I got a typewriter.
What? What?
Oh, and prairie dog bones.
That's pretty good. A typewriter and prairie dog bones. I could have seen the prairie dog bones, but the typewriter, yeah, that's a good one. Anybody else got something really crazy? All right, they want the mic down there. Would you take them the mic? There you go.
Well, I traded a lot of things for this. It says shed from a white-tailed deer. The brow tines are like 1 foot tall, so yeah.
That sounds like something pretty
Like
cool.
you.
And what about you adults? Any of the adults do any trading?
Oh, yeah.
He got barbecue sauce.
I have a stop sign,
I saw the stuff.
and I'm still willing to barter it for an air rifle.
Oh, okay. All right.
All day
So here's another. Did you want to jump in? Come on. Here we go. Please jump in.
So we've all had a great time here, and it's been a wonderful experience. It's been, throughout this, it's taught individual goals and then coming together as a team and being held accountable, and so many life skills have come from this experience. And through our team and then through Daisy, supporting and showing everything, and then everybody that we've met and talked to around through here it's been wonderful.
Yeah. If there's something that you as parents would like to share just about the experience you have with your children, I'd open that up if anybody has anything they want to say. Go ahead. And I'll pass it down to you in a minute, ma'am. Go ahead.
When the team is so large, or has gotten so large, I guess, that practices are kind of like done in a schedule where it's in groups. So we haven't always had practice where, as families, we get to sit and wait our kids to finish. But now all together here, and you can ask my husband, it's a very short list of people that I would trust with my children. But I trust every adult here to watch my kids, to safely walk them to the tropical smoothie, or hey, we're all going to go down the patio. Well, they can come with us. In any other situation, I would not be okay with that. But here, and with this group of people, just knowing the fine young people they're raising and their commitment to safety, because it's Daisy, and it makes me comfortable. And I don't know, the community that we've built, it's awesome, and it's felt throughout the whole thing.
Would you pass the mic on down there?
So I started out this as a default, I guess you'd say. Started out with my husband and my son being in the program, and then I got into it also. Watching these kids grow from the time they first take a BB gun in their hand to watch them to where they are now, to see them do the scores and do the shooting. And it's more than just the shooting. It's about them learning leadership skills, and they become better as young adults. And this young man back here is an example. When you're at an award ceremony and you get to call out their name because they scored the top score at the local BB shooting competition, and they get to come up and you get to call their name out to get an award, it's more than about the shooting. It's how they develop as young individuals.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, that's what it's about. I mean, I wanted people, and I get emotional too, so I'm having a hard time here myself, okay? It's more than just the BB gun competition. It's about what these youngsters take away from this for the rest of their lives. And if we can get just a teeny little bit of that across to other folks, I hope they'll want to get their kids involved too. That they'll want to help others. You know, maybe they don't have children, but maybe they can help buy an air rifle, or they can help, support a local club to get things going, because these kids need something beyond the video game. Look, I'm a big video game person, okay? I have nothing against video games, but I remember as a kid, I was told go outside and play, right? And this gives children the option to do something besides just sit on the couch. And you have the team building, you have the responsibility, you have the leadership, you have all of these things, which I think are traits that aren't highly sought after today in a lot of places. I mean, maybe they're sought after, they're just not taught well. But in this program, they are taught. So I want to thank you guys so much for opening up and sharing, from your heart what it means to be here. And I just want to say a huge thank you to Daisy, because they've kept this going. I mean, it was the 54th last time we were all together. We had to take a break. I don't know if this is officially the 55th or whatever it is, but that's a long time to keep this thing going. And our hope, and I say our because I count myself as a friend and part of Daisy, our hope is to not only see it maintain but grow. So I would encourage you shooters that are going to age out at some point. It looks like we have a lot of young ones here, so you probably have BBs going for a while. But I would encourage you to start looking at the air rifles, because that's your next step. And then air rifles can then go to precision. Precision can go on to other things. And it just increases your level of concentration and discipline, which that's not a bad thing to have today. Yeah, and it will help you for the rest of your life, like you're saying. Guys, that's going to be it. I want to say so much thank you again for taking time. Y'all are done shooting. You didn't have to do this, but I really do appreciate it. Guys, if you want to know more, check out Daisy's website. We'll have all the links down below. And we just want to thank you for watching and being part of all this right along with us. Guys, my name is Rick Hutcher here with Airgun Web. We've been here at the Daisy Nationals. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching our coverage of the 2022 Daisy Nationals. It was a privilege to be part of this great event and witness firsthand Daisy's commitment to youth shooting sports and shooter education. If you want to learn more about these programs and even learn how to jumpstart your own youth shooting program, please visit www.daisy.com. Thank you again for watching.